the sun and fun capital of the world, Miami Beach, we bring you the Jackie Gleason Show. Starring Jackie Gleason.
With Sonny Sands, Aaron Williams, and special guest star Jack Benny, the June Taylor Dancers, and Sammy Spear and his orchestra. And away we go!
There he is, our orchestra leader, Sammy Spear. Take a bow, Sam. Now, that's what I call a jacket. That jacket was made out of 1,000 butterflies. That's why you'll always see a man following Sam with a net. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful show lined up for you tonight. And I'm particularly happy to have one of my all-time favorites with me. And here he is, the one and only Jack Benny. Well, welcome to Miami Beach, Jack.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Jackie. And you know, I've heard about your diet, but I cannot get over it.
Is that so?
You look just wonderful. I couldn't believe it.
Well.
Let me, really, no, really, doesn't it look marvelous? I can't believe it. Amazing. Let me look all over.
Yes, go ahead. Another turn around. Say.
You know, this is the first time I've been able to walk around you without taking oxygen. Jackie, what finally made you decide to go on this drastic diet?
Well, you know, Jack, I've been dieting all my life. As a matter of fact, I have a closet with 2 sets of clothes. One for when I lose weight, one for when I gain weight. As a matter of fact, that's what prompted me to go on the diet.
You mean you couldn't get into your clothes, huh?
I couldn't get into the closet.
Well, tell me, Jackie, what kind of a diet were you on?
Well, it was a low-carbohydrate diet. And it was really murder. You know, the things I had to give up.
Like what, for instance?
Well, I had to cut out the olive in my martinis, the orange peel in my old-fashions, the lemon peel in my Scotch mist, and the cherry in my Manhattans.
You know, that's a coincidence.
It is?
Because when I went on a diet, I had to take the raisins out of my tapioca. But, Jackie, I cannot get over the fact that you look so good.
Well, I don't understand you saying that I look good. You're the one. Look at how good you look. You look sensational.
I think so.
I mean,
I look good.
you're so young looking.
Well, Jackie, I'll tell you something, but keep it confidential.
Oh, certainly.
In fact, I wish we weren't on television. I hate to tell you that.
That's all right.
You know, you've heard of these heart transplants.
Yes.
Well, this is the face of a 19-year-old boy.
It is.
Yeah. But the rest of me, No, really, It's the face of a 19... When a pretty girl passes me now, my eye winks. But the rest of me keeps walking.
Well, really, you look great. I'm serious about it. Now, tell me, how do you keep in shape? You know.
Well, the key is, of course, exercise.
Oh.
Every morning I get up and I take a long walk. I don't care what town I'm in. I take a long walk, you see. And you're smart to do that if you want to keep in condition. You should walk like I do. You know, light and bouncy, you know. Like that.
You want me to walk through town like this?
Yeah.
You don't want me to lose weight. You want to get me arrested. That's what you want. Now, the important thing is that you're here. And I want to know, are you happy? Is anything I can do for you? Just let me know. Is everything all right?
Everything is perfect.
Well, that's great.
Except one little thing. My dressing room.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Well, who used that dressing room last? I mean, was it, say, Jane Morgan?
No.
Was it Peggy Lee?
No.
Then it must have been the Lennon sisters, huh?
No. Oh, the last one to use that dressing room was Milton Berle.
Oh. Then that explains it. All those evening gowns.
By the way, now that we're on the subject of complaints, do you have any others? How was your flight down?
Oh, my flight was perfect.
Oh.
And the food was delicious.
Oh, then you came first class.
No, but I helped with the dishes.
Well, I'm glad your flight was all right.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Jackie. Everything is marvelous. I have no complaints.
Well.
In fact, you've treated me so good down here that I want to do something for you. I want to throw you a party.
You want to throw me a party?
Yes.
You must know how much it's going to cost to throw a party for me down here.
I don't care, Jackie. I want to go all the way. But I need a little advice. Being from California, I'm not familiar with the type, you know, parties you throw in Miami Beach. Now, are your parties formal or informal?
Oh, our parties are very informal. And the first thing I have to do is rent a hotel.
You mean you're not saying that right. You mean a hotel room.
No, I mean a hotel. You need a lot of room. You know, you got to have a place that's big enough so you can have a bar, a big buffet, room for a lot of people, a place for dancing.
Well, I know the perfect place. We'll hold it in your car.
You can't hold it in my car. I rented that out to the American Legion Convention.
I do want to throw you a party, Jack.
Well,
I
all
really
right.
do.
Why don't we cut it down a minimum? All you have to do is have a lot of food.
Food?
Yeah, you know, roast beef, turkey, caviar.
Caviar?
Yes, fish eggs.
I know what it is. Fish egg. But isn't caviar terribly expensive?
Well, it's about $25 a pound.
$25 a pound. How many eggs to a pound?
Look, forget about the caviar. And for dancing, you can have Sammy Spear and his orchestra. And if you want a little entertainment, we'll get the June Taylor dancers.
That sounds very good, except we don't need all that food. Because, first place, you're on a diet, right?
Right.
We don't need Sammy Spear's orchestra, because I play the violin. And we certainly don't need the June Taylor dancers. I've got all of Milton Berle's dresses.
Look, why don't you forget it, Jack? If you're worried about the expense, why don't you just get an empty lot, fill it with mud, and call it a rock festival?
Sammy, how much does mud cost now?
Wait a minute! Look, go backstage, make a call, find out how much mud costs, and I'll call you out later. Is that all right with you?
That's a good idea, but I can't go right now. I'll tell you why. I made a $10 bet with George Burns. Now, you know Burns is my closest friend.
Yes, I do.
No matter what he says about me, he's my closest friend. I made a $10 bet that when I left the stage right now, I would leave to a thunderous ovation.
A thunderous ovation? Well, how are you going to do that?
It's very simple. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, Miami Beach audiences are the greatest in the whole world.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a guy who started out breaking him up in Miami Beach. Since then, he's traveled all over the country, and he's been a hit wherever he appears. And there's a good reason for it. He's a very funny guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny Sands. Well, my boy, how do you feel?
Beautiful, great. I got the biggest break of my career. I got a part in a picture. It's going to make me a star. It's a science fiction picture. It's a story about 1/4 pound of chopped liver that escapes from a delicatessen and destroys Philadelphia. And I got a part for you, too.
A part for me in this? What do I play?
You play a piece of chopped onion in this picture. Terrific.
I'm leaving.
I try to help him, he doesn't listen. But show business appearance and show business is so very important. Nobody guesses my correct height because of my posture. 6'3". I don't look it. But you notice my hair never falls in my eyes. Why is this? Posture. The whole world is born bald. My first year, I grew 22 hairs, which is very nice, you know. My second year, 51 hairs. My third year, 96 hairs. Finished. Didn't look so bad then. I was only 3 years old. I had a much smaller head. Today, don't look so hot, you know. But we have a local commercial where the fella comes out, he says, "We grow hair on doorknobs." I believe everything. I went to the address, walked upstairs to the door, opened up a hairy doorknob, walked in, there was a guy sitting there with hair all the way down to his knees. I said, "My gosh, you do grow hair." He said, "We certainly do." I said, "Well, how?" He says, "You buy this jar, you go home and you rub. 4 weeks, you'll grow hair." I rubbed 8 weeks and I grew hair on my fingertips. I always try to save my hair. I once bought a product that was called Stay Bald. It doesn't save the hair, it shrinks the head. Makes the hair look thicker. I read somewhere it said bald-headed men have a new theory. They're not bald, everybody else is hairy. That was my best joke. You know, this is true, and no reflection here, please, but in my experience, no matter what size an audience, there's always 1 or 2 people, they think this is a lecture. I'll prove it to you. One day after a show, this lady accosted me. I'd thrown one big word on account of the glasses. She says to me, "Mr. Sands," Sonny Sands is not my name, it's a stage name. I don't know her name either. Why start an argument? So I said, "Yes." I'm quick, you know. I throw in a yes once in a while. She says, "You talk so much about television. You sound so angry. I've never seen you on television." I said, "That's why I'm angry." I didn't think this was such a healthy attitude, and I went to a psychiatrist, and I told him my problem for about an hour, and when I finished, he told me to play golf. Well, I bought golf sticks, golf balls, earrings, beads, a mink stole, open-toe sandals to pick up cigarette butts while I'm walking. I went to tee off, I hit the ball 3 feet. Fella teeing off after me, he's wearing torn pants, sneakers, no golf ball, a potato. 180 yards, he hit the potato. After 91 strokes, I came near the first green. The guy with the potato was going home already, finished all the 18 holes. He decided to help me. When you hit the ball, flick your wrist. Chickens I know how to flick. I finally hit the ball and went over the green into the woods. You heard of people losing golf balls? I lost the club right after the ball. I went back to the psychiatrist. The door was open. He had a patient, a kleptomaniac, a nut who steals things. I heard him say, "You're cured. You'll never have the wish to steal another thing. But if you should have a relapse, try to pick me up a refrigerator." But there's so much subject matter about psychiatry. This is the truth. One day I was sitting in one of the beach hotels in the afternoon, minding my business. A young fellow walked by. Under his jacket, he had pajamas on. Pajamas. I says, "Ooh, it's a nut." I was wrong. He was a honeymooner. He didn't know where to go, but he was dressed. A busy honeymooner. Well, where do you think the honeymooners go? Budapest? They come here. June, we're packed with honeymooners. We got one hotel that's most of the honeymoon business called Hotel Bent Over. Used to be a straight building. They originally opened 15 years ago. They originally had 12 partners. The most abnormal season in the world. Very, very cold. No tourists, no business. The 12 partners had a meeting every 2 minutes. They talked, finally came to a decision. Suicide. All 12 partners walked out on the beach, took hands, walked right into the ocean. 2 came back, double-crossed the other 10. They now own the hotel. Next door, there's another hotel. You walk by, you see a naked statue stands like this. Who do you think this is? Used to be a partner. How do you think he's got his hand out? Wants his money back. Seems he ran out of money before they finished the hotel. Despondent, he jumped out of a window into the wet cement. They made a nice statue. Put his name right here, Levine. He's now a silent partner. You know, I tease about Miami Beach, but I tease with affection because I love it down here. Thank you so much for listening.
Stay tuned for more of the Jackie Gleason Show, starring Jackie Gleason and special guest star Jack Benny.
Ladies and gentlemen, our producer Jack Philbin is always on the lookout for fresh talent. And tonight, we've come up with a real winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Williams and his friend Freddie.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to have a dummy on the show.
Well, get off the stage then, dummy.
Oh, wait a minute, Freddie.
Sorry about that.
I can manipulate you, you know.
This I gotta see.
Would you like to see me manipulate you?
Yeah.
Mildred,
Watch this. It ain't gonna work. Come on.
this isn't going to work, huh?
Uh-oh.
Thank you. Wish I could manipulate her. Get him in there. Up there. Wait a minute now. You okay? All right. If you please. We come to the frivolous side of beginning so the girl. Anything to get a free drink. Here you are, man.
My goodness.
What's the matter, Freddie?
I didn't know he was going to integrate tonight. Oh, you didn't? No.
We'd like to say thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thank all of y'all.
We
Don't wait on me, boy.
we feel very lucky to be working here tonight.
You're lucky to be working anywhere tonight. I feel good tonight. Yeah, yeah.
But we're supposed to stick together, Freddie.
That's right.
Now, you are my partner, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, prove that you're my partner.
Well, you know when you got hit in the head,
Yes.
who took you to the hospital?
I don't know.
I did.
Well,
Who paid the bill?
I don't know.
I did.
Who hit me?
I did.
Well, I don't want you to get too belligerent with me tonight.
Why not?
If you get too belligerent, I'll put you in a box and ship you out into the middle of the ocean.
I ain't going.
I'm not going.
You ain't going either?
No. He's not going, she's not going, they're not going. Now, do you understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't nobody going.
Come on.
I know I ain't.
Why do you have to say ain't?
That's better than saying I wasn't. And I wasn't going. No.
That's wrong.
What's wrong?
I aren't going.
I don't care if you wasn't. I isn't with you either. No.
Freddie, I is a pronoun.
You is? Thought you was colored. Oh, come on now. You don't know what you want to be, do you?
No, Freddie. I don't want you to get too belligerent with me tonight because we have to work together.
All right.
But I'm a little perturbed with you.
Well, why?
You remember when we were outside?
Yeah.
And the hold-up man came?
Yeah.
And you ran.
He had a gun.
No, he simulated a gun.
Well, I didn't want to end up with a simulated hole in my head either.
Weren't you familiar with guns when you were in the Army?
Yeah. And I didn't stay there long.
Well, why not?
They shot at me one time.
One time?
That's all they had time for. Oh, yeah. And I was a running little dummy.
Well, how do you know they shot at you the one time?
I heard that bullet twice.
How can you hear one bullet twice?
Once when it passed me, and again when I passed it. Oh, yeah!
Evidently, you didn't stay in the Army very long.
No, they threw me out because I went on a furlong.
Furlough.
Furlong.
Furlough.
I went too far and stayed too long. Furlong. But I feel good now. Yeah.
Well, you have to be very brave, Freddie, because if you're not, my sister will never go out with you. She always wants to go out with a brave man.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Ugly as she is?
No, wait a minute. My sister isn't ugly.
You ever seen his sister?
Wait a minute.
Lady, you ever seen his sister? Wait. Ugly for no reason at all. Come on. Ugliest gal I ever seen.
You haven't seen her recently.
Saw her the other day and she looked like a little old woman.
She went home and put that makeup on, didn't she?
Didn't work, did it?
Didn't look like a little old woman then.
Looked like a little old man then.
Well, anyway, you have to have money when you take my sister out.
I got $2.
$2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not enough for her to buy soap to take a bath with.
You see, that dirty I ain't gonna take out no how. Come on. Boy, is she ugly.
My sister.
That's right.
Well, you can't do anything about that.
I know that, but I feel good tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like that suit.
You like this?
Yeah. Boy, you look like $1 million.
You've never seen $1 million.
That's what I mean. You look like something I ain't never seen before.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was really surprised when Jack Benny said he was going to throw me a party. I was very dubious, but I think he really means it. I mean, he's making plans. So let's go to Jack's hotel suite and see what's going on.
Gosh, what a beautiful suite of rooms. I hope it's not too expensive. Well, maybe I can help with the dishes. understand at all. Hello? Mr. Gleason? Put him on, please. Da-da-dum-bum. Hello, Jackie. Oh, fine. I want to tell you something. This is the most beautiful hotel and the most gorgeous suite of rooms I've ever seen in my life. By the way, Jackie, who owns this hotel? You do? Well, all I can tell you, it's the last word in suites. You know, I took a shower this morning. There were 3 faucets, hot, cold, and vodka. I've got the happiest body in town. Okay, Jackie, I'm going to get ready for the party. Now, this party is for you. You're welcome. Goodbye. Now, let's see. I must get the directory. I got to look up the delicatessen. So I can order the food. What's that? Oh, that's the door. Service. You sure made it fast.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see if everything is the way I ordered it. The sandwich. Yes. And let's see. Look, if I told them once, I told them a dozen times. I never have raisins in my tapioca.
Yes, sir. Would you like cherry jubilee without the cherries?
No, thank you.
Without the jubilee?
No, thanks. I'll just have the sandwich and coffee. Let me have the check, please.
Oh, there's no check, sir. You're the guest of Mr. Gleason.
You mean Gleason pays for everything? Well, look, I'll have the cherry jubilee with the cherries. How sweet it is. There's the door again. I'm sorry, miss, but you must have the wrong room.
Well, don't you want your bedroom made up?
Well, look, I'm having a sandwich, and I have some calls to make, so could you come back later?
Oh, in about an hour?
Yeah, sooner, I think. Here you are. There you are. Come back anytime.
Thank you. I'll see you in about an hour.
Sooner. Yeah, I never saw a hotel like this. I like. Oh, golly. Da-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. I thought that was me. There's the door again. Yes, who is it?
Telegram for Mr. Jack Benny.
Well, slide it under the door. I just took a shower, and I'm undressed.
Don't worry, Mr. Benny. Mr. you take a shower without getting your clothes wet.
Never mind. It's from George Burns. Dear Jack, you owe me $10. To me, that was not a tremendous ovation. Gee, if I'm going to give this party, I must look up a delicatessen. Let's see. D for delicatessen. D, let's see, delicatessen under the D's. Delivery service, diesel trucks, dentists, must be over here. Dames. Dames? See, they have everything here. Delicatessen, oh, here it is. Let's see. Surfside Delicatessen. Hey, wait a minute. I called them when I gave a party last year. Certainly. Da-da-dum, bum-bum-boom. Dee-da-dum, bum-bum-bum. Gee, that's beautiful. I love that number. Da-da-da-dee-da-dum, bum-bum. Hello, Surfside Delicatessen. This is Jack Benny. I gave a party when I was here last year, and I'm giving another one, and I want you to cater it again. Hello? 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 We must have been cut off. I better dial them back. Da-da-dum, ba-bum-boom. Dee-dum, bum, ba-ba-bum. Da-da-dum, ba-ba-boom. Hello, Surfside Delicatessen. This is Jack Benny, and I think we were cut off. We weren't? Hello? Hello? Well, if they don't want to give me an estimate, they have a right to dissent, I guess. Let's see, there's another one. Here's Sam's Delicatessen. Sam. Yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-dee-da-dum. I might as well sing mine once in a while. Da-dum, bum-bee, da-da-dum. Imagine a maid wearing a mink coat. Hello? Hello, Sam's Delicatessen? Let me talk to Sam, please. He's not in? Or when will he be back? Oh, he conducts the orchestra on the Jackie Gleason show? Oh, for heaven's sakes. And he also owns this delicatessen? Well, I wanted to order some food for a party, but I'll talk to Sam at rehearsal. Yeah. Gee, I didn't know Sammy Spear owned a delicatessen. Maybe he'll give me a rate on this thing. He must be making a fortune. All those sport coats and everything. I don't know why he's so cheap with it. Hey, wait a minute. What am I doing? The waiter said that I was a guest of Gleason's. For heaven's sake, he pays for everything. Hello, room service, please. This is Jack Benny, and I'm giving a party tomorrow night, and I'd like to order the food now. I want enough for about 50 people. Chicken, roast beef, a turkey, caviar. Yes, caviar. About 50 dozen eggs. I also want ice cream, petit fours, and coffee. And send up the plumber. The shower's out of vodka.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you enjoyed the show tonight because you saw several sensational performers. We only have time to introduce a few here in our closing. First, Jack Benny.
like this, Jack. It has raisins in it.
You won't like it either because it has nothing in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, the Miami Beach audience is the greatest audience in the world.
Don't forget to tune in next week for the Jackie Gleason Show, starring Jackie Gleason and Art Carney, with Jerry Collins, Rodney Dangerfield, Timmy Rogers, and special guest star Milton Berle. This is Johnny Olson speaking for the Jackie Gleason Show. Furs provided by Adrian Thaw. Jewelry supplied by Mayors of Florida. Additional material for Jack Benny by Hilliard Marks. Tonight's program was recorded.